Alright, Kimi here. We're going to do another quick video on how to scout. Now, this is just a guide. This isn't the full-on rules on how you should do it. If you are new or have low skill points and would like to join, you are a valuable asset even as a scout, because the information you provide to the fleet commander is extremely important. So, to do that, obviously you're going to get in a proper ship and fit it out accordingly. So we'll go to the fittings real quick and see what we're flying here. A little frigate that has a lot of CPU, so we're going to pull off the warp disruptor and the high slot and put in a prototype cloaking device. This is very easy to train up. It only takes cloaking level 1, which is a very cheap skill you can get on the market. Once you have that available, you can go ahead and undock, and of course we're going to join the fleet as soon as we're out in space. You can do that in the station if you like, just for time consumption purposes. I'm trying to make this as speedy as possible. Okay, so now we're going to look for our fleet. Get fleets. Here we have our rapid response team and the ship types that are needed in the meet location. So we're going to join this fleet. Now, as a scout, it's highly advisable to equip a micro warp drive. That gives you the ability to get to a gate quickly. Once you are at the gate, you have the ability to micro warp off in a direction. So that way you are usually more than 150k away from the gate. The reason for this is that gives you the ability to warp to the gate to get out. If you were to try and scout, let's say for instance at 80k away from the gate, you would not be able to warp back to the gate. You would have to either warp to a celestial or motorboat it back. So here we are at the gate, and as a scout in fleet chat, you're going to obviously tell the FC that you're a scout and then ask him to invite. Okay, and then the FC will put you in a personal channel of his. And so now that I'm on the gate, turn on the micro warp drive, we're going to burn away from the gate more than 150k. Generally you'll want to be around 200 to 250, even as far as 350. What this is going to do is give you eyes on this gate, so when the enemy fleet does jump in or lands on your gate that you are scouting, you have the ability to type that information quickly into the fleet channel. Now, one thing that is very important is if there is a lot of reds and you are scouting and you see an excessive number in local here pop up, do not go over comms and say FC break and then start reading off the ship types, such as this is really has what happened in the past in fleets, and this is very annoying. FC break, Intel. I have a Hurricane, 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 Scimitar, 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 Lachesis, Lachesis, Lachesis. It's like, okay, that's so annoying. Just shut the fuck up and type that shit into fleet. Okay, so we are about 250 off the gate. I'm going to turn on my cloaking device. My ship becomes invisible. There we go. I'm no longer able to be scanned scanned down. So if I hit the D-scan, you can see that this is what's in range of my D-scan. It is set to maximum. If you've never used this before, you click on your scanner, directional scanner, set it to 360, and then maximize the amount. Usually I think the default setting is like 0, 2000 or 200 or something like that. The way to max it out is literally just put a bunch of 9s in there and then hit scan. There we go. That is the maximum, which is 14.5 AU. So anything within 14.5 AU of your ship is going to be scanned here. So we see we had a Badger Mark II, and there it is, a Badger Mark II. So I would put this, if this was a red, link his name, link the system, and then say Badger Mark II. That gives the FC the proper information. He knows the ship type, he knows the solar system as well as individual, and can look up which particular alliance that individual is from. Um, this is critical in giving quick information to the FC, and you don't have to say it over comms, especially if there are bad people in our comms. It happens. Other than that, pretty much basic scouting 101. You know,